Here at Luna Park and Deno's Wonder Wheel Park. So there are 10 credits to get here. Could have been 11, but the one that's been under construction still not open. I've already pre-purchased a 4-hour wristband for Luna Park. They've been open for an hour, I think. But Deno's is opening in 4 minutes, so I think I'll just take care of those 3 credits first and then start my 4 hours. So here in Deno's Wonder Wheel Park, got the kiddie coaster. You got the Wonder Wheel Phoenix. Yeah, the Sea Serpent is a kiddie coaster. And the micro coaster Skyflyer's over there. So $5 for each of the kiddie coasters and $10 for Phoenix. So Sea Serpent's an E&F Miler kiddie coaster. Didn't really have airtime on the hills. Some of them do, some of them don't. But they're always smooth. Sit in the back, you might get some laterals on the little drop. Go around 3 times. Just rode Phoenix. I would say it is right in line with Dragonflyer, maybe even better. The pacing is great on it. It doesn't have a big drop on it, but it makes up for it with the pacing. And as expected, it's new Vekoma, so it's glossy smooth. That wave turn or overbank, I'm not sure, it's really good. And the ride-ups here are great too. So my 4-hour wristband has begun. And I did the Zamperla Volare first. And I haven't done one of these since Time Warp at Canada's Wonderland, which I think ran better than this, at least for me. I've heard people say the opposite though, so I don't know. Maybe I was just in the right mood there for Canada's Wonderland, but this one, it's not bad. It just, I wedge myself in tight. I guess it's a trade-off. You either get your body thrown around or you wedge yourself in tight where it really presses against the top of your shoulders. And the positive forces kind of press against your chest, making it hard to breathe, at least for a moment. I would say it's awkward, maybe uncomfortable at points, but not painful. But hey, awkward and uncomfortable, there's some really great roller coasters that do that and that get a lot of praise. You know, Skyrush. Not that this is anywhere near Skyrush level, of course. I'm just saying that we overlook those things with some coasters. We can overlook it with this. But even when overlooking that, there's really nothing all that special about it. It's just not bad. And then there's this. This steeplechase. This is good. That initial launch, it really has some punch to it. I was really surprised by it. The last time I did a style of this sort was at Darien Lake, and that was 3 years ago, and I only got one ride, and I don't remember much about it. Those back restraints can be awkward, but overall it is a really fun ride. I really like that launch. That is an excellent family coaster. How punchy that launch is. Might have to upgrade that family coaster to at least somewhat of a thrill ride. I was hoping they would have this one ready, but still not ready yet. Got on Thunderbolt though. It's got some good airtime. Several good airtime moments, some hang time, some good forces. You just gotta watch out for some of the transitions. But it makes good use of a very thin, long plot of land. Fit a very high thrill coaster in just a skinny plot of land here. That one ride I just got on this, I think was smoother than Park at Owa's. And I remember at Park at Owa, depending on what seat you were in, it rode different. I think middle was the smoothest there. This one definitely seemed smoother in the back than Park at Owa's. In the back, I mean. This one was built before the one in Alabama. So at least today, Skyflyer opened a little bit late, but it was no problem. I'm in the middle of my 4-hour wristband for Luna Park, but I was walking by heading to the other side of Luna Park and saw that this was operating, so came in and jumped on it. But they may have rolling openings and on different rides on different days. You come, Skyflyer might be open with the park, but and maybe something else opens late. Phoenix opened about 20 minutes late. This is Circus Coaster, Zamperla Junior Coaster. So the Tickler, the Zamperla Spinning Mouse. This one is unique. It starts spinning on the top level. It might have been right away, right after reaching the top. I'll watch this one to see. Normally, you don't start spinning until you hit this middle level here. But of course, if you are evenly distributed weights throughout the car, you're not going to spin much. We were off balanced enough. They have not rotated one bit. Yeah, they are very evenly distributed. But we started spinning right after the first turn. And we took this last airtime hill going sideways. That's a little jolty there. Kind of got slammed into my seat. And here we have the Zamperla Minnie Mouse. Maybe catching on to a theme here. Almost every ride is made by Zamperla. Of course, Cyclone is not. Zamperla owns this park just like Park at Owa. That's why at Park at Owa, almost everything is Zamperla. Almost everything here is Zamperla. And if you've ridden these Minnie Mouse coasters, you know, they're pretty slow. You take the turns, you might get a little pinch of lateral force around some of the turns. So good for the kids, and you are allowed to ride it without a kid with you. They are running full trains each time, which is a good sign, because I want that back car. And the Zamperla disco thing, and this Zamperla flat ride. Fiesta Texas has this that goes high up into the air. This one stays low, but it still does the inverting. And this one does not go over a hill, so there's no coasting portion on this. This is just a flat ride. This junior coaster is actually pretty good. Had some decent lateral force to it, maybe even a pinch of airtime or two. Towards the end there's a couple little hills. And a high capacity ride too, 12 rows. And I have done 10 credits so far today. In this area there are 11 if you go back to that one park that's like 2-3 miles away from here. 11 total credits in the area. I've done 10 of them, just got to get Cyclone. That'll be the second time this week that I've done 11 in one day. And Maurice Piers and Playland's Castaway Cove on the same day, did 11, did 9 the next day. I remember I was at Hershey Park in 2020. I had a half day, or like 2-3 hours, and then the next day was my full day. I got 10 credits that day, and I even made the comment that that was probably the last time I'll get to do 10 credits in a day unless I go overseas. Or a day at Lagoon is kind of what I was thinking. I forgot about this area where you hit up multiple parks, you can get 10 or more in a day. I've done it twice this week. I could have done it 3 times if Keansburg had been open on Thursday night. So my 573rd coaster credit is the world famous Coney Island Cyclone. I'm 3 rides in now. All 3 have been in the back car. I've just gotten lucky there because you are not allowed to wait for any row. You're not allowed to request any row or any car. You just have to take whatever. and I got lucky there. The reason why I wanted to do this park on a Saturday was because I heard that if there's not enough people to fill the first 2 cars, they don't let anybody ride in the back car, and I wanted that back car. So I wanted to come on a Saturday, on a day where it would be guaranteed to have enough people to fill those first 2 cars. There's about a 10-minute, maybe 15-minute line right now. Not bad at all. But that is a guarantee that every row should be filled. Somehow 1 row didn't get filled on this train. Actually, 2 rows didn't. I was not expecting world-class airtime, but I was expecting some pretty good airtime, and I definitely got it. And you couple pretty good airtime with those restraints, which are basically no restraints, and you have no seatbelt, and those restraints are sitting so high up off your lap, and you got those sofa-like seats, and no seat dividers. So when you hit those turns with the laterals, you go, if you are riding by yourself, you will go sliding back and forth in the seat comically. It is really cool. Now you might want to watch out for your ankles hitting into the bottom part. It's mostly cushion in the seat, but there's the bottom part, not so much. There's like a hard part right, I think, where your ankles are. On my 5th ride was in the front row, and that was not good. That was really rough, and it was very jolty, some of the transitions. Yeah, the way they threw you around was just not comfortable. I didn't like the front row at all. That back row is outstanding. The front row was actually pretty terrible. That was surprising. I didn't think that there would be that big of a difference. Not from an incredible ride to one that I actually disliked. The line's starting to get a little bit longer as we approach the late afternoon. And my 7th and final ride on Cyclone was back in the back car. I didn't want to leave my final impressions of Cyclone with those 2 front car rides. So 5 of my 7 were in the back car. Never got a middle car. Never got the very back row either. But loved all 5 back car rides. Didn't like the front car rides at all. Those front car rides were actually pretty awful, but the back car, those were great. So overall, not quite as good as what I was hoping, but at least the back car was great. You have a speed hill on the backside there that's really good. There's a low to the ground speed hill right there that gives just great floater air.